All right. We are live for first episode, Shirt School Live. I want to welcome you to this live stream. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay, if you can see me okay. Am I here? Am I live? It looks like I'm live. We've got a lot of people on with us today. I'm just looking up here. I got another screen right here, just kind of looking at who's on. I've got some chats up and all kinds of stuff, but I am so excited to be with you guys for this kind of first episode, inaugural episode of Shirt School Live. And it's going to be a lot of fun today, but it's going to be even more fun going forward. I've got a lot of things planned for this live stream. And what's going to happen here is I'm going to be live each week, every Friday, 2 p.m. Central. That's 3 p.m. Eastern. That is 12 p.m. Pacific. And I just want to show up and give you guys some feedback, some advice, some critique. And the main purpose of this is to review your stores. So if you're out there, you have a Shopify store, as I assume most of you guys do, I want to help you on this live stream. That is the biggest thing, biggest reason why we're here. So before I do anything else, that's kind of what the live stream is. Now, there may be a giveaway today, so you're going to have to stick around because we might do a giveaway at the end. We will do a giveaway, but I'm not going to tell you how to qualify, so you better pay close attention during this live streams. And at the end, I'm going to tell you how to qualify, so you got to pay close attention. So we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to do some reviews. But before we do any of that, tell me where you're watching from. I want to hear where you are watching from, and I want to say hi to some people. I already said hi to a few people, but I want to say hi again. What's up, Mr. Segda? Beatrice, good to see you. Cash Rule 78, glad you're here. Curtis, glad you're here. Vega from Vegas. Glad you're here, Vega. So good to see you. Cynthia's here from Vegas. Anthony from Washington, D.C. Man, it's so good to see you guys. Stephanie's here from South Florida. Larry's here from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Ramon here from New Jersey, New Hampshire, Florida, Los Angeles, Michigan. Come on. I love it. So good to see you guys. See Lindsay Robbins in the chat, in the group. She says, Vegas, baby. I love it. Well, thank you guys again for showing up today. Without any further ado, let's try to start getting this thing kicked off. Again, I'm very excited to be with you, as you can see. So first off, before we really jump into the stores, I want to explain to you how I'm picking these stores, okay? And I also just want to tell you a little bit of a story. So let me start with the story very quickly. When we started Shirt School, that's been, believe it or not, it is July. Next month is August, and then it's September. In September, we started Shirt School 2 years ago. Can you believe that? Shirt School has been around for 2 years in September. And when we started Shirt School, the way that Shirt School started and the way that we got probably our first, 100 students in the door was that I was going live multiple times per week in our Shirt School Facebook group. Started a free Facebook group, was going live in that group, and through those live streams is how I built this community and connected with you guys and helped a lot of people, and that's how this all started. And over the last 2 years, it has morphed, right? Shirt School has become bigger than I could ever imagine. We have, between our programs, I think we have over 1,500 students, like paying students inside of our programs all around the world. We have students from Australia and the UK, and I know there's some people from the Philippines, Canada, obviously the US here. We have people from all around the world. We do our live challenges, 5-day challenges, where just from our challenges, we've helped over 20,000 people since the beginning of 2020 with our free challenges get started with an online t-shirt or apparel business. But really what I wanted to tell you from that story, if you don't know me, that's a little bit about what we do. We help people grow and scale and start online t-shirt and apparel businesses. But what I wanted you to get from that story is that these live streams like this, where I just come and hang out and give you advice, this is how the whole thing was birthed. And so that is the reason that I wanted to bring this back and spend some time with you guys and really get to know you guys and review your stores. Now, the last thing before I jump into the store reviews is, because things have grown so much, obviously it's not just me and 10 people on a live stream, and there's not as much personal connection there. So I can't review everybody's stores. I can't do that every week, but I'm going to try to do as much as I can and help as many people as I can by reviewing these stores and kind of giving you honest advice and feedback. But the goal of these reviews, if I don't review your store today or I don't review your store next week, please don't be mad at me, right? The goal of this is that I can go and give some advice about a certain store, and hopefully that's going to help you as well. So as you're watching this, and maybe I'm not reviewing your store, but I'm reviewing somebody else's store, think about the advice that I'm giving to that person and see how you can apply that to your own store. And the reason I say that is because what you're going to find on these streams is I'm saying a lot of the same things over and over. I have reviewed hundreds, if not thousands, of my student stores. And so I'm going to be saying a lot of the same things. And so you're going to see that even though I may not be giving you specific advice on your store, you're going to learn a lot from me reviewing other stores. And you can take that back and apply it to your store. Okay, final thing, I've probably said it like 10 times. Final thing, we have had probably close to 100 stores submitted for me to review, which is unbelievable. So what I'm doing is I'm showing up each week and really just picking, right now we're gonna start with 3 stores that I think will give the most value. Will give you guys the most value in reviewing. So I've picked 3 stores to do today, and I'll pick another 3 stores next week. And I'm kind of starting at the top, working my way down. But again, I'm purposefully and strategically picking stores that will help all of you guys, hopefully, gain some from it. And I want this to be interactive. I want to hear what you guys' thoughts are. I want you to chime in. And then at the end, we're gonna give away a $25 Amazon gift card. That'll be fun, right? But you got to pay attention during the stream because I'm going to ask you a question about something that I said, and you're going to have to answer that question to win the gift card. Okay, does that sound good? Everybody good? We're ready to jump into the reviews? Everybody feeling good? Let me know in the chat. Does that sound good to everybody? All right. Cool. We got a ton of people on. Man, it's so cool for you guys to show up like this. And my hope is that this just grows every week. So, all right, well, let's do it. Let's jump into it. All right, so the first store that I am looking at, I know he's got to be on. He's got to be on this stream because he just asked me about it. It is Caribbean Citrus Co. and .com, and it is Brennan McElhaney, my good friend. He's been awesome. He's very talented, super cool guy. Been a part of the program for a while. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to take a look at CaribbeanCitrusCo.com. So here we go. We got it right here, Shopify store. Again, this is Brennan. Now, a little backstory on Brennan. I know quite a bit about Brennan. Brennan is a very talented graphic designer. So, he's a very good eye for graphic design. He's a whiz in Photoshop, that kind of stuff. So, since I have seen Brennan's store multiple times, but I have not seen this iteration of it. Okay, and so I'm looking at it for the first time here because I'm aware of his business, but I haven't seen this iteration of it. So CaribbeanCitrusCo.com. My first impressions are that it looks really good. It looks amazing. Again, Brennan has such a good eye for design and graphic design. So I'm really, really impressed just on first impressions. So I'm going to dig a little deeper. The way that these store reviews kind of work is I'm going to give you my first impressions, kind of what I'm seeing, if I'm seeing any opportunities there. And the biggest thing that I want to dive into is the product pages. I want to take a look at those product pages because that's really where the majority of your sales are going to come from, are the product pages. And so that's where you need to spend a lot of time really honing that in, dialing that in. Now, one thing I'm not sure of is I'm not sure if Brennan has a email pop-up here on the first page because I may have X'd out of it. I can't remember. I think he did have a pop-up, but that's something that all of you guys should have. You need to be collecting emails. I could go on and talk about how important email is, okay? That is the way to profitability, to massive profitability. Build your email list, email your list multiple times per week. It's free money, baby. It is free money. So make sure you have a pop-up that comes up, usually about 10 seconds in, where you're offering a discount code or something of value in exchange for their email. It's a great way to build your email list. But then what's more important than that is actually emailing your list, okay? A lot of people collect emails, but they don't actually email their list. You'd be shocked. So I believe Brennan had that, but I think I've already X'd out of it. So let's go in and let's just kind of browse his catalog here, and let's see what kind of stuff we got. Okay, so the first thing I would say, Brennan, this is my personal opinion, is you've got all these different categories here. What I would do is I'd actually put those categories up here, or make this catalog button a drop down. So when I hover over it, that pops down all of these different categories. I want you guys to eliminate extra clicks, okay? Eliminate extra clicks. That's a word of wisdom, I guess you could say, for everybody. You want your customer to have the least amount of clicks possible to make a purchase. So that's a really important thing. So landing on Brennan's front page, clicking into the catalog, then clicking into the category that I want, and then finding a t-shirt. So let's click on men's. It's a lot of clicks, right? Just to get to the t-shirt that I want, and just to browse. So what I would do just to make that flow a little bit better is inside Shopify, you can go to your navigation and you can go to where this catalog is, and you can actually put the collections underneath the catalog button, to where when you hover over the catalog, there's a drop down menu, and then you can have your categories in there. And I would also encourage Brennan to really compress these as much as you can, right? You could probably compress these down to men, women, just a few categories, as opposed to going with, destinations, funny, unless you have a lot of designs in these, and you have quite a few designs. So I don't think it's bad the way that you have it organized, but I do think we could eliminate a few of these clicks here. And I would say pop, you've got a couple, let's see, you got some bestsellers on the front page, so I think that's good. Yeah, overall, not a ton of feedback. That's one thing that I would do there. So let's dive into the product page, because that's going to be where the most advice can be given. So I'm going to pop into this first one here. I'd rather be cruising. Okay, and we're going to look at the product page. Now I want to stop for just a second. I want to give you guys a little bit of advice here on why we take a good hard look at the product page. Okay, and some of you guys kind of probably already know why we're going to take a really hard look at the product page. But the reason is, your product page is, if you're running any kind of advertising, whether that be Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Pinterest, any kind of advertising, TikTok, whatever you're running, right? You're always going to send people to the product page, okay? That is where you want to send people. It's the same thing if you're doing organic. If you're promoting your store organic, you rarely are going to be promoting the front of your store. You're always going to be promoting specific products that you want people to buy, okay? Even if you're sending emails, right? We talked a little bit about email marketing in the beginning. Even if you're sending emails, you're always going to want to be linking people to the product page. So what does that mean? If everybody is coming to your website to the product page, you got to have a bomb ace product page, okay? You got to have a bad ace product page, okay? So that's why we're going to be taking a lot of time with all of the stores and really breaking down the product page. Okay, so let's start at the top here. I'd rather be cruising. We got black and navy, looking good there. We got small, medium, large, XL, 2XL, looking great there. We got this nice red add to cart button. I love that. We got some trust badges here that maybe could be a little bit bigger, but nothing too crazy there. And then we've got a few different images here. So we've got the t-shirt mock-up. We've got the design, looks amazing. We've got a picture of a lady wearing it here. We've got a dude wearing it. All good stuff. Let's look at the product description. I'd rather be cruising, a t-shirt for cruise lovers to keep us all smiling until our next voyage. A little bit about shipping, a little bit about the garment. This premium t-shirt is soft and lightweight. All good stuff. We've got this here. Okay, all that is amazing. Great job, Brennan. There is so much you guys can learn from Brennan's website, and I will definitely go through that. But I want to give him some tips. The biggest tip here, just on improving this product page, is just getting those customer reviews, okay? Just getting some customer reviews. There's a statistic that, it's like 90% of people look at and read customer reviews before making a purchase, okay? Literally, if there's probably, I guess I can't say if there's one tip, but the best tips, the best advice that I've already given you on this stream: number one, build your email list. That will pay dividends for you always. Number two, get some reviews on your website. Now, I know what all you guys are saying out there. You're saying, oh my gosh, I don't have a lot of sales, or I don't have many sales. How do I get reviews? I will just tell you this. It is not a matter of having the perfect review or having a bunch of people that have made a purchase submit pictures or reviews. You just have to get some reviews. They don't have to be amazing. They don't have to be perfect, okay? You just got to get some reviews. What does that mean? Send it over to a few friends. Send the picture over to a few friends and just have them text you back a review, right? You leave a review. Have your wife leave a review. Have your son leave a review. Have your grandma leave a review. Just get some reviews on here. Just get some reviews, right? We can all do that with relatively easy, right? Could we get 4 reviews on this webpage? 5 reviews on this webpage? Let me give you another tip with reviews, okay? Let's say you gather up 5, 6 reviews, and you've got 5 or 6 reviews on this product. Here's what you can do. Super easy tip. You can take those reviews and you can put those reviews on all of your products. You can put them on all your products, right? So then every product has reviews, okay? So you can get I can get some reviews of this t-shirt, and then I can grab those reviews and just paste them on all of my product pages. That way my website is full of reviews. And I would encourage all of you guys to do that. Let me just show you real quick. You might be thinking, well, those reviews aren't for that product. Well, check out what Etsy does, right? If we search t-shirt on Etsy and we come up with any of these t-shirts, right? Look at this. Let's just take this first one. It has 7,000 reviews, okay? 4.5 stars, 7,000 reviews. But guess what happens when we click on that? We click on it and we go down and we read these reviews. Guess what? None of these reviews are for this actual product. All of these reviews are really on the seller, or they're on another product in the seller's shop, right? So there is nothing wrong with having all of your reviews on one product, right? It just increases the social proof, and people want to buy what other people are buying, okay? People want to buy what other people are buying. They want to see that other people are wearing it, right? A lot of times, I'm buying a t-shirt because I want to look cool. Well, are other people like me looking cool wearing this t-shirt? You know what I'm saying? So that's a tip for you. Get some reviews and put those on all your products, okay? Is everybody good with that? Everybody getting something already? You getting value? Let me know, please. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button, right? You guys are amazing. Okay, so the last piece of advice that I want to give Brennan, if Brennan's watching, I hope that he's watching somewhere. Brennan, let me know if you're watching. I'm watching a few of the comments here. I don't know if you're watching, Brennan, I want to give you big advice. Brennan, and this maybe is good advice for a lot of you guys, right? Let me go full screen. Brennan, you have an amazing store, dude. I'm looking you right in the camera. Hopefully you're looking at me face to face. You have an amazing store, Brennan. You are doing almost everything perfectly. You have amazing designs. You have a great product page, great product description, great mock-ups, great layout. Brennan, you're doing an incredible job. You need traffic. You need eyeballs on your products, and you need the right kind of eyeballs on your products, okay? Guys, a lot of times what you're going to see is I'm going to pull up these websites, and I'm going to look at them, and some of them there might not be a lot of advice. For somebody like Brennan, who is doing amazing on his website, people buy these designs. You guys let me know in the comments. Do you think people will buy these designs on Brennan's website? I mean, let me know. Let's scroll through some of them real quick. Do you think these are sellable designs? Let's go to all t-shirts. I mean, for real, give me a yes or no. What do you think? Do you think these designs will sell? Yes. I see a yes in the comments. You guys let me know. Yes. Heck yes. One of the goals of these live streams, really, guys, the goal of what I do at Shirt School is I want to instill confidence in you guys. I want to instill confidence in you guys. And so if Brennan's watching, Brennan may have had some struggles. We don't know. Brennan, your designs are amazing, dude. Your website is great, man. You got to go get some eyeballs on this stuff. And Cynthia said it great in the comments. Cynthia said, yes, you need people who are interested in cruising. We got to get the right people, the right eyeballs on this. So that's going to take some testing. But Brennan, I want you to stop working on your website. Stop it and go get traffic. You need to put 100% of your effort into getting more eyeballs on your website. These are good designs. People will buy them. You've got a great brand. You just got to get some eyeballs. Yeah, and I see, I don't know if it's TJ, I don't know how you say that, but TJ's so wavy. Kerry's so wavy. Am I cool? I don't know. I'm about to be 32 on Monday. I don't know. I don't know if I'm cool anymore. But TJ's so wavy says it's not their style. And it's not my style, right? I don't go on cruises. But if you go on cruises, man, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. Like this can be a big success for Brennan. Okay. Woo! All right, I'm feeling good. You guys feeling good? Let's go. Okay, remember, wow, we got a lot of people watching. Oh my gosh. I'm looking up at the numbers. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're just now tuning in, we reviewed one store today. I've got 2 more stores I'm going to be reviewing. We've been on for about 20 minutes. First episode of Shirt School Live. We are doing a giveaway at the end of this stream. We're going to be giving away a $25 Amazon gift card. But you're going to have to stay tuned and watch the rest of the stream. And you got to pay close attention to learn how to win that $25 Amazon gift card. James says, how can we get traffic to our store? We're going to be talking a lot more about traffic throughout these live streams, okay? So stay tuned. But main purpose of these is we are reviewing stores, okay? We're reviewing stores. All right, let's go to the second store. Let's go to the second store for the day. The second store that we've got is goodlandavenue.com. Shout it out if this is your store. Again, these are kind of picked at random. Picking kind of random some stores. I think we've had almost 100 stores submitted for review just in the week that I've announced this, right? Goodland Avenue. Thank you so much for submitting the store if this is your store. Let's break it down. So we're starting here on the front page, Goodland Avenue. We see a lady here with a Joshua Tree shirt. We see shop women, shop men. All right, we love California, our home state. At Goodland Avenue, we celebrate incredible California destinations with California-inspired designs. Welcome. All right, so we got a couple, looks like categories here. I see a couple really good-looking designs, right? Simple. We've got Los Angeles here on a mug. We've got 818, very cool. Again, just quick tip is, get that pop-up coming up here if you don't already, so that you can collect emails and get your email marketing rolling. But nothing standing out to me too much here on the front page. I think it looks pretty clean. I think the designs are good. Nothing too crazy. Let's go a little bit deeper and let's go into the men's category. Men's apparel, we see 3 sections popping up here at the top. And we've got some designs here. Just kind of looking through these designs. So the first thing that I would say about these pictures here, okay, just as I'm browsing through, is that the images you're using, the designs are very small, okay? So ideally, you want, on this catalog page, that's why you see a lot of stores that they use these really close-up mock-ups. You want people to be able to see the design very clearly, because the way that you have it right now with these designs being very small on these pictures and then being kind of zoomed out, for lack of a better term, nothing's going to catch my eye, okay? It just kind of looks like a lot of random designs here that I can't really latch onto because I can't see what they are. So to give you a better example is like, if I'm a California dad and I can't see that this is a California dad design right off the bat, it's probably not going to speak to me, okay? So preferably on these catalog pages, you've got really close up, really clear pictures of your designs, so that if I see a design that's catching my eye, I'll see it quick. I'll notice it and see it, and it'll make me click in there and want to buy it. So that would be my first thing. Let's go into a product page. Now, I will say, good job with your reviews, right? I see 2 reviews, 1 review. So I see a few reviews. You're working on it, right? We maybe need a few more, but you're doing pretty good with the reviews. Now, back to what I was just saying, just to kind of wrap that part up, is like, look at some of these. I have no idea what that says. I've been to Zuma Beach, though. Love some Zuma Beach. Some of these I just have no idea what they say. So let's click on one. I'm going to go to the top here and look at what we've got. So let's start with this California Dad tee. Let's click on that. It's got 2 reviews on it. Okay, so we're looking at the product page. and just kind of scrolling through to see what we've got here. Okay, so let me give you guys a quick tip, not necessarily related to this store, but this is something to always consider. I think it will be helpful to you guys. You always want to make sure you're also looking at mobile view. Okay, now when you're inside your Shopify store and you're editing your store, you can click on, there's a button to click on mobile view. Okay, always make sure that you are optimizing your store for mobile view first. So that's just something. Sometimes what happens is I jump on and I look at a store and it looks amazing on desktop, but it looks really horrible on mobile. Okay, so make sure that you are always checking it on mobile. And I also want to say, don't always trust the Shopify mobile view. Actually pull it up on your phone and look through it and see what I found with some of our coaching students and some of our shirt school students is I'll pull up their website on mobile and try to go check out, and I end up running into a bunch of tech issues, right? And they had no idea that they had tech issues because they hadn't tested it. They hadn't tested it, right? So make sure you always test it on mobile and make sure that it's working good. Okay, so here's what we've got here. I'm seeing a few comments come up about this website. So here on the product page, we've got we've got this one picture of a guy wearing it, and then we've just got kind of the general mock-up. Now, if you're wondering, like, should I use the mock-ups from my print-on-demand provider? It really depends on the print-on-demand provider. Okay, if you have a good print-on-demand provider that has really professional, good-looking mock-ups, then absolutely, you can use those as your main photo. But fair warning, some print-on-demand providers do have kind of crappy mock-ups, so you want to be aware of that, and really, you want to be making sure those mock-ups look good. Okay, these mock-ups look fine, nothing too crazy here. Okay, California Dad short sleeve t-shirt. I always like to remove the short sleeve t-shirt part or anything after. I just put the title. I just think it looks a little bit spammy, for lack of a better term, when you have like short sleeve t-shirt in there, or you have like men's short sleeve dad tee, like all those things in there. Just keep it short. California Dad, you can maybe say California Dad tee, but just keep that pretty generic. $24, good price, nothing wrong there. Love the color selection, love the sizing. Okay, then we get down to here. Guys, so another huge tip. I'm giving you guys like nuggets, so many nuggets today. Another huge tip. The less options you can have on your website, the less buttons you can have, the higher your conversions will be, okay? So when we go up to our colors, now we've got 5 colors here. I would try to get it to 3 or 4 colors at most. What you'll find is, as you start getting some sales, is you'll find that most people are buying 1 color, or they're buying 2 colors, right? So the least options you can have, the higher your conversions will be. That also goes for your buttons. So these buttons right here, I always encourage my students to get rid of these Google Pay buttons. You can actually turn those off in your Shopify account and just have the add to cart button. Now, you can leave the Google Pay and Apple Pay on the next page, but on this product page button, go ahead and remove any additional buttons. Just leave the add to cart button. Another tip, if you have the option in your theme to change the color of your add to cart button, I highly encourage you to change your add to cart button to a vibrant color, okay? Get it something that's gonna stick out, because the whole goal of our product page is to get people to add to cart. So we want that add to cart button to be really vibrant and stick out, so people will click on it, right? So I would love it to see Goodland Avenue. I'd love to see your add to cart button really vibrant and sticking out there. All right, let's read our product description. We love California, our home state, and we love our dads on Father's Day. This super soft California Dad's short sleeve t-shirt is perfect for a morning workout or for just hanging out. Okay. This is fine. I don't have any problem with that product description, but it's Father's Day is long gone. So make sure we're removing that stuff. I wouldn't put that on your product page. I mean, maybe if you're doing a promotion for Father's Day, put some Father's Day stuff on there. The next thing, man, I'm not going to have anything to say next week, because I'm giving all the nuggets away. This right here, guys, though, this is probably 99% sure this is the generic product description from like a Printful or Printify or whatever Goodland Avenue is using, SPOD might be, right? We want to always focus our product descriptions on benefits, not features. Benefits, not features, okay? These right here, 100% combed and ring spun cotton, heather colors contain polyester. Ash color is 99% combed and ring spun cotton, 1% polyester. Heather colors are 52% combed and ring spun cotton, 48%. Do you guys think that's good or bad? Like, is that boring or exciting? Does that make you feel anything? Does that make you excited? Like, I mean, let me know for real. Like, I don't want to know what you guys think about that, because I can tell you how it makes me feel. It makes me bored. Like, I have no idea what all that stuff means, right? And most people don't know what that stuff means. So how can we spin that in a way that makes it exciting, okay? And a way that focuses on benefits and not features. So somebody tell me, we got a lot of Shirt School students on. So somebody said, so one tip, Greg said right here, unnecessary. So most of this stuff here is unnecessary. Side seam construction, unnecessary. Shoulder to shoulder taping, unnecessary. Fabric weight, get it out of here. Unnecessary, right? A lot of this stuff is unnecessary. And then the next thing is we want to spin these to be a benefit and not a feature. So how could we spin 100% combed and ring spun cotton? So we could spin that and say something like 100% super soft cotton. It's going to feel great on your body. You can spin that to be a benefit. Always think about when you're writing the copy on here, always think about how it's going to always think about how it's going to serve your customer, okay? How can you make it sound sexy to your customer? How is it going to benefit them, right? So think about switching these out for something that you can spin it to say, hey, unisex sizing means that it's going to fit most people. It's going to fit great, feel good, right? Feels like you're wearing a cloud. Oh, let's go. I want to put on a cloud. That feels good, right? So stuff like that is really, really great. And you guys can get super creative with that kind of stuff. But you always got to focus on the benefits and not the features, okay? So I'm going to stop there on this store. That's a lot of stuff that I've kind of said about this store. We've got a few reviews. I'd love to see a few more there. But I'll be honest with you, Goodland Avenue, like, I love the niche. So we got to say some positive stuff, right? I love the niche. And I think you've got some good design skills and you've got some good designs. Can you guys give it up for Goodland Avenue? Like, it's kind of the same thing as telling to the previous store is really probably if you're not hitting the sales that you want to hit right now, you just need some more eyeballs. You just need some more traffic. You need to get more of the right people, California lovers, get their eyes on this and test. Okay. And so Goodland Avenue, you're doing a great job. I think there's some minor tweaks we can make here. Product description, getting rid of some of these buttons, just having the add to cart button, getting a few more reviews. I think you're on the right track though. I got to be careful. I want to, man, you guys are doing so great. Not just Goodland Avenue, but a lot of you guys doing so great. I want to make sure you know, like, these stores are great, right? We're getting really, we're getting nitpicky, if you will, okay? So I want to take a pause right here. I want to do something a little bit fun, a little segment we're going to try to do each week. And it's called Words of Wisdom, okay? So basically what I want to do is every week, it's kind of silly, right? But every week I want to show up and I want to give you some words of wisdom as a business owner, as a entrepreneur, as a t-shirt seller, as a apparel seller, whatever you want to call yourself, as a dad, as a mom, as a whatever, right? I want to give you some words of wisdom, maybe t-shirt related, maybe not t-shirt related. This week's words of wisdom for the first week is this. Mindset is 90% of your success. Okay, everybody out there, comment and let me know, have you heard that before? And let me know what you think about it. Mindset is 90% of your success. Do you guys agree with that? Is that bullcrap? Like, I want to know. What do you think about that? Mindset is 90% of success. We're going to take a second. We're going to talk about it. And then we got one more store to review. So make sure you stay tuned. And we've got a giveaway. Mindset is 90% of success. Do you guys agree with that? Yes. Julian says nope. Mr. says fact. Do you guys agree with that? Mindset is 90% of success. Glinda says agree. MA says agree. Fact. Okay, Scan doesn't agree. Cynthia agrees. Attitude determines your altitude. Love it. Absolutely agree. Agree. Facts. Okay. Mindset is 90% of your success. Okay, let me talk about this a little bit. Words of wisdom. I believed for many years, and I am wired to always want that next strategy, that next tactic. Okay? That is how I'm wired. Some people are not wired like that. Some people are not wired like that. Some people are, they think they just need that next strategy, that next tactic that is going to get them the success that they want, right? And that's what I'm wired like that. I am wired like that, okay? But I'm going to tell you, last year in January, I went to a retreat for a coaching program that I was in, and I really flipped my world upside down. Here's what I believe about mindset, okay? Here's what I believe about mindset. If you believe 100% that you will have success and you maintain that mindset, that mindset will create the actions, because actions produce our results, right? But you can't do the right actions unless you have the right mindset, because your mindset determines your actions. If you have a negative mindset, you'll have negative actions and produce negative results. If you have a positive mindset, you will produce positive actions and produce positive results. Okay? You decide, you are in control of your mindset, and if you have the right mindset, if you believe that you can have success, your actions will line up with that belief, and so will your production. That is what I believe. That's okay if you don't agree. And I want to leave one more thing, and then we'll move on in this live stream, these words of wisdom. Let me ask you this, and I want your answer. I want your answer. What is the difference between me, Kerry Egler, running a successful t-shirt or apparel store, and you running a successful t-shirt or apparel store? What's the difference? What's the difference between me and you when it comes to running a business? I'm not going to wait for comments. Here's what I'm going to tell you. The difference is not that I know how to run Facebook ads, or that I know the next tactic, the next strategy. The difference between me running a t-shirt store and you running a t-shirt store is I believe I can. I believe I will have success, 100%. Yeah, and that's another great one. Brian says, I started, right? Some people can never get, they can't get their mindset to a place where they actually just start. I just want you to know, the difference between me and you is not that I'm some like guru. The difference is I believe that no matter what I start, I'm going to be successful at it, right? And you can have that belief today too. You can start to get into that mindset, start to believe that you can. And I said it earlier, my entire goal with what I do as the owner of Shirt School and somebody who helps people grow their online apparel businesses, it is not to give you the next tactic or the next strategy. It's not about a course. It's not about a program. My only goal is to instill belief in you that you can have success and that you are capable of having success. That's all I want for you. All right, we're getting deep. Let's get rid of this. All right, so that was words of wisdom for the first episode of Shirt School. All right, we got one more store to review, and then we are going to give away a $25 Amazon gift card. You bet. Hopefully you're paying attention. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go to our next store. All right. Now, before I go to this next store, guys, if I review your store on one of these live streams, I just want to let you know, first of all, anybody who submits a store for me to do a review of, you have taken more action than 99% of people out there just by having a store up. So I want to encourage you with that you're doing a great job no matter what I say, because you're taking action. But I don't want you to get discouraged when I have negative things to say, right? This is all meant to be constructive and to help you and to instill that belief in you. That is what I want to do, okay? But I do also want to be honest. Remember, when I'm emailing you about this live stream, I said it's going to be honest reviews, honest feedback, okay? So I'm going to give some honest feedback. All right, so let's look at our last store of the day. Then we're going to give away a $25 Amazon gift card. All right, this is momskidsandbeagle.com. Okay, so I know that this person is on because I've seen them in the comments. I assume it's a lady. No, I'm not seeing it. I think you're here. Oh, there you are. Glenda Nelson. Moms, Kids, and Beagle Tea. Okay, this is what we're looking at today. Glenda, you're doing a great job. Okay, you're doing a great job taking action. Okay, the first thing I want to say about Moms, Kids, and Beagle Tea is that Glenda is doing the strategy that I teach inside Shirt School. And the strategy is that we want to combine niches to create a new niche that nobody has really come up with. And it's a great strategy. Here's what I want to say though. This one strikes me as a little odd. It does strike me as a little odd, okay? Just right off the bat, Moms, Kids, and Beagle Tea, it strikes me a little bit odd. I don't know if they necessarily fit, or maybe it's just the way that you're positioning it with it being Moms, Kids, and Beagle Teas, or momskidsandbeagle.com. It's a weird domain. So I think I probably would have named this something differently. It just feels a little odd, okay? The next thing I would say is some of my first impressions. So like the first thing I'm seeing is this lady not wearing one of your t-shirts, and she doesn't look like the demographic that I would think would be into this type of thing. Even down to your font, this font doesn't look like, it doesn't really match the brand. The brand to me is what comes up right here. This dog and this kind of font, this kind of fun colors. This lady that pops up and this font, they look more like a high fashion brand or something that doesn't really fit with what I would think this store would be. I would think it would be playful, it'd be fun, it would be kind of playful fonts that are maybe a little more cartoonish, that kind of thing. And then I scroll down and we've got pet accessories, which seems a little odd. And then we've got our kids collection, and we have these two kids. Again, they're wearing really cool clothes that don't look like they fit with the brand. Like you would want two kids here wearing some t-shirts that you sell, and you probably want them like in a fun environment, playing or having fun, right? These kids look like, I don't know, they look super rich, wearing like high fashion, like I don't know that these pictures or this aesthetic really fits with the brand. You want it to be playful, fun, and you want to show people, this is for all you guys, when you're picking out mock-ups for your website, you want to show the people that you're going after. You want to show those type of people. And this is why you hear a lot of people talk about how important it is to get really clear on who you are serving with your business, okay? So Glenda, I would encourage you to kind of do a little bit of research and take some time figuring out who it is that you want to serve with your business. And getting down to what gender are they, what age are they, what location are they, really getting specific about who you want to serve. Because my first impressions here is I would think, if I just hear the name Mom, Kids, and Beagle Tea, I would think it would be probably middle-aged women, or somewhere between, let's say, late 30s to mid 50s, okay? They're obviously going to be moms, and they're going to have a beagle as a pet. So they need to match all that. And these don't look like those kind of people. When I see this lady here, I think that looks like a young Instagram model or something, right? Like it doesn't feel like that demographic. And these kids just feel like they're a little more high fashion than probably the people that you're going for. So we scroll down, we see some of the t-shirts. Now I think some of the designs are really good here. I think you're doing a good job with a lot of these designs. They're simple, and I love that you're combining the niches. I think that's great. I think you're doing a great job with a lot of your designs. Now I do think some of these color combos are a little odd, like white on this light gray tee would probably not print very well. I could be wrong, but probably not print very well. And then again, as we scroll down, it's kind of the same thing. This lady here just doesn't look like she fits the aesthetic of the people that you're going for. She's not really the right demographic, right? This is kind of more maybe high fashion type of person, looking like I was, looks kind of like maybe I went to Zara.com or like, one of these higher fashion websites, Gucci or something, as opposed to Mom, Kids, and Beagle Tea, which feels like it should be a fun, playful brand. And I don't know that the branding is really matching that. Great job with your reviews here. Okay, let's jump into a product page. So let's just go to our first one. I'm a content mom or content mom. All right, so we got a tri-blend shirt. We got 5 colors here. No, we got 3 colors. Okay, so again, I'm a little bit confused. We've got 5. We got 5 colors here on the left, but I can't actually select some of the colors, right? So yeah, somebody said too sensual, not family enough. I 100% agree with that. Family needs those family vibes. So this is kind of number 1. We've got 3 colors to select here, but I can't select the red or the blue, which is odd. Again, get rid of this Google Pay button. Just have that add to cart button. We want our add to cart button to stick out, so I would make it a different color. Something that's going to really be bright and colorful, playful. All right, down to our product description. Attention all dog moms. Are you strong in your faith, have kids, and love gardening? Want to look stylish, comfy, and looking good? Grab 1 or 2 of our beautifully designed shirt. So there's a few typos in there. That will bring smile and pride. Our I'm a content mom or content mom shirt is truly so soft, feels light, durable. Okay, so I don't know if I'm the only one. Yeah, don't be discouraged. You're doing a great job. This is going to be difficult for some people, right? When I jump on here, but the goal is to help to get you where you can make sales and make money from this, right? So I'll be honest here. I don't know that I'm getting the right thing. Somebody maybe correct me, like tell me what you're getting from this design, but I'm not getting the Christian vibes. I don't really know if it's content or content. I think it's probably content. I'm a content mom, and these symbols represent like gardening, my kids, my dog, and my faith. I think that's what it is. So guys, I will tell you this, a design will not sell if people can't understand it without even reading the product description, right? It's got to be something I can understand right off the bat. And maybe I'm the only one, I don't know. But it's got to be something where people see it and it makes them laugh, it makes them cry, it makes them feel that emotion. And this one here, I still don't really get. I think I get it, but I don't really get it. Okay. Cynthia has a great idea there. It says you could create 4 different shirts just with the text and 1 icon. Yeah. So I think you're on the right track with your product description here. I think you're on the right track there. There are a few typos maybe want to work on there. Same thing on the here that we kind of said on the last one. We want to turn these into benefits, not features. Like decoration type digital print, we can get rid of that. Those kind of things. And then we want to get some reviews, right? Across our website, we want to get some reviews. So let's wrap up this review a little bit. I want to give you some kind of final thoughts on this website. I think this website overall, it needs a little bit of a rebrand here, okay? I think you could probably keep the momkidsandbeagle.com, but I would prefer it to be a different name. Something that was just like beagletees.com, something a little simpler, okay? Mom, Kids, and Beagle just feels kind of funky. And then I think it needs a little bit of a rebrand, right? The fonts need to be a little more playful. The mock-ups and the models need to be a little more family-oriented, playful, not so high fashion or model-y. And then I think you just need to work on simplifying some of your designs. You know, some of these designs, again, you just want them to be something we can understand right off the bat. Fix some of the issues with like having too many colors over here and not having those options. Get rid of our Google Pay button, just have that add to cart button. Fix some of these typos, right? We want it to be looking professional. We're not quite there yet on this one. So it needs a little more work to really get it to where you really want to start pushing some traffic to this. So that's what I got for you. Hopefully that was helpful. Will you guys let me know, was this helpful today? Did you get some value out of it? I'd love to know your thoughts on this first episode of this live stream. It's been cool hanging out, and we're going to do a giveaway. So let me know first before we do the giveaway. What do you guys think about this? Is this fun? Is this cool? Maybe I'll review your store next week. Cynthia says, great. I'm having fun. And again, I just want to remind you guys, if I pull up your store, like, man, just know that I'm giving you feedback and advice with the best intentions. I want you to succeed. I want all of you guys to succeed. So, all right, we got like 80 people on this stream. Everybody's saying good ideas, very helpful. That's awesome. Thank you. I need some feedback because this is our first episode. So I want to do a giveaway. Okay, we're going to give away a $25 Amazon gift card. All right, so this is how this is going to work. I'm going to ask you a question about the live stream. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question about the live stream. The first person to correctly answer the question is going to win a $25 Amazon gift card. Let me say that one more time. I'm going to ask a question, so everybody zone in with me right now. I'm going to ask a question about the live stream, and the first correct answer in the chat, it's got to be 100% correct. Okay, I'm not counting like capitals and everything, but it's got to be the right words in the right order. The first person to get it correct is going to win a $25 Amazon gift card. And I want to let you know before we do the giveaway, it's going to be the first submission that we see that is correct. Okay, and this is only going to be on YouTube. We're only watching the YouTube stream currently. So if you're not on YouTube right now, if you're watching the Shirt School group or on the Kerry Egler Facebook page, jump over to my YouTube channel and jump on the live stream, and that way we can see your comment, because we're only doing this on YouTube. Just make sure you're watching on YouTube. Okay, so the first correct answer that comes in our stream, somebody else may submit like you may be the first in your stream, but you might not be the first in our stream, okay? So I just want to make sure we understand it's the first one that we see that hits our servers. All right, here we go. We can give away a $25 Amazon gift card. Here we go. Here's the question. What was the words of wisdom quote from today's stream? What was the words of wisdom quote from today's stream? First one to put it in the comments. Okay, Okay, let's see. Remember, it's got to be the right words. It looks like it's Joshua. Any more submissions before we stop and make sure it's right? Somebody's got it. Yeah, it looks like it's Joshua. If he didn't get it exact, it's very close. Here it is. Mindset is 90% of success. Joshua, so it's Joshua Parkerson. Joshua Parkerson is the first one that I am seeing come across my stream. Joshua Parkerson. Congratulations, dude. You've won a $25 Amazon gift card. Good job. Good job paying attention to everybody. I see a bunch of other people got it. There'll be more opportunities to win on future streams. The first one that we got was Joshua Parkerson. So Joshua, here's how you can claim your prize, your $25 Amazon gift card. I just need you to send an email to support@shirtschool.com. Support@shirtschool.com. I don't have that text up. Support@shirtschool.com, and we will hook you up. My team will hook you up with that $25 Amazon gift card. That's it. Congratulations, Joshua. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. You guys are amazing. This is so much fun hanging out. We're going to be back next Friday. Let me look at the dates real quick. And I want to tell you about one more thing before you leave. So next Friday, which is July 30th, okay? We're also going to be here July 6th. And then, so we got 3 weeks of streams. And then July 13th, we're actually going to be doing something that you guys all probably know and love. If you don't, I'm about to tell you about it real quick. Starting August 9th, we're starting our next Launch Your Brand Challenge, a 5-day challenge that you can, basically where we teach you how to start and launch your very own online t-shirt or apparel business, okay? So August 9th, we are starting that 5-day challenge. So that means August 13th, we will not have this live stream, but we'll be back that next week. So I want you guys, this is a 100% free 5-day challenge. If you have not been a part of the challenge before, or maybe I said it wrong, I apologize. Starting August 9th, we have we're kicking off our next 5-day challenge. If you have not been a part of our 5-day challenges, I want to let you know that registration is now open for our August Launch Your Brand Challenge. And all you have to do, we'll put it up on the screen here in just a second. All you have to do is go over, if you want to register, it's kerryegler.com/LYB. Okay. If you guys, let me know in the chat, if you've been a part of a Launch Your Brand Challenge, you know they're awesome, right? So I want you to let me know in the chat if you've been a part of one. Tell people how awesome it is. But you guys can go right here. I'll put it up on the screen here in just a second. kerryegler.com/LYB. It is a free challenge. You click on this button. You just put in a little bit of information. That'll get you registered for the challenge. 5 days. I show up. I teach you how to all this stuff. How to easily and quickly build a sustainable, profitable online store. How to get your customers' orders printed and shipped for you. How to create designs. How to punch fear in the face. How to nail your niche, right? All that fun stuff. So let me put that link up on the screen for you real quick. It is kerrygler.com. That's not it, but you can sign up for VIP if you want. Thought that was it. It's kerrygler.com/LYB. And that will get you registered for the Launch Your Brand Challenge. There you go. So give you guys just a second. Challenges, the 5-day challenges are some of my favorite things that we do. Whether you've been a part of the challenge or you have not been a part of the challenge, like, you're welcome to come again. Like, we love to have you if you're new. We love to have you if you've not been a part of the challenge. It's a lot of fun and it's completely free. So kerrygler.com/LYB. Registration is officially open for our August challenge. And we usually have anywhere from 2,000 to like 6,000 people register for the challenges, and they're a lot of fun. All kinds of learning, connecting, all that kind of stuff. So we loved it if you guys joined us. I think somebody on my team, I think Caitlin dropped that. Yeah, she dropped that in the chat. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day. We'll see you next Friday, 2 p.m. Central. That's 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. We'll see you guys next week. You guys are amazing. This was a lot of fun.